8 Christmas traditions that faded into history. Every era and generation has its own traditions when it comes to Christmas celebrations. You would be surprised, but many of the customs we associate with the holidays today were once rare or even non-existent a few decades ago. In mid-20th century America, Christmas was all about celebrating togetherness, making your own unique decorations, and going door to door to spread the holiday joy. However, as time progressed and culture evolved, many of these traditions faded into obscurity. Today, we will look at some of these forgotten Christmas traditions from retro America. The Christmas Club Savings Account. One of the most pragmatic traditions from mid-century America was the Christmas Club Savings Account. This financial tool allowed families to save money throughout the year, specifically for holiday expenses. Banks encouraged families to deposit small amounts every month, and over time, the savings accumulated in their accounts. So, by the time Christmas arrived, account holders had a lump sum ready to spend on gifts, decorations, and festive meals. The origins of Christmas Club savings accounts date back to the early 20th century when many banks began promoting them as a way to help families manage their holiday budgets. This practice not only encouraged financial discipline, but also built excitement for the season as families watched their savings grow throughout the year. However, these accounts are virtually non-existent today, as credit cards became more popular among everyday consumers and the culture of consumer debt took hold in the late 20th century. These holiday-specific savings accounts gradually disappeared from the financial scene. Handmade ornaments. Next up, we have handmade ornaments. During the mid-20th century, families often crafted their own decorations to personalize their Christmas trees. This practice was not just about being economical during the celebrations, it also encouraged human creativity and family bonding. Children created ornaments using various materials such as paper, fabric, and even food items like popcorn and cranberries, which were strung together as garlands. This tradition became a cherished family ritual, with each creation holding deep sentimental value. This made them much more meaningful than any store-bought decoration. Hence, they were not disposable items, but treasured keepsakes tied to fond memories. However, as life became more fast-paced and consumer-oriented, especially in the 21st century, the popularity of DIY ornament making declined. People largely shift to purchasing mass-produced decorations. Nevertheless, enthusiasts and vintage lovers continue to keep this tradition alive. Even today, numerous DIY articles and videos demonstrate how to make beautiful ornaments. In a way, those who take up this hobby now have more techniques and materials at their disposal than ever before, thanks to the internet and online marketplaces such as Amazon. Wassailing. Now let's look at some regional customs that shaped how people experience Christmas across the Western world. The first on our list is wassailing. This practice originated in England and involved going door to door singing carols and sharing a bowl of spiced cider or ale with neighbors. It was a tradition that fostered community spirit. Today it is largely faded in modern times. The term wassail comes from the Old Norse phrase ves heil, meaning be in good health. Originally, wassailing involved farmers pouring cider over their apple trees during the winter months to ward off evil spirits and ensure a bountiful harvest in the spring. This ritual not only served as a blessing for the crops, but also strengthened social bonds among neighbors and families. As Christianity spread, the practice evolved into a 12th night celebration, where groups gathered to sing and drink to the health of their crops, blending pagan customs with Christian festivities. Modern interpretations of wassailing often emphasize the spirit of goodwill and neighborly connection rather than its original agricultural or drinking customs. Hiding a pickle ornament. The tradition of hiding a pickle ornament on a Christmas tree has some debate over its origins and significance. Although it is often claimed to be a German tradition, there is little historical evidence to support this claim. Instead, it appears to have been created in the late 19th century as part of American commercial efforts to market glass ornaments imported from Germany. The pickle ornament itself is typically made of glass and is designed to resemble a pickle. It is hidden among the branches of the Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. The rules of this tradition are simple and fun. The first child to find the hidden pickle on Christmas morning receives a special gift or is allowed to open their presents first. This playful scavenger hunt adds an element of excitement and competition among children. While some families have embraced this custom wholeheartedly, it remains relatively niche compared to other more widely recognized traditions like decorating trees with lights or hanging stockings. Despite its limited popularity today, hiding a pickle ornament serves as an example of how unique family traditions can create lasting memories. Mumming. Mumming is another fascinating Christmas tradition that has faded. It involves dressing up in costumes and visiting neighbors to perform skits or songs during the holiday season. With its origins in medieval Europe, mumming was particularly popular in rural areas where communities were closely knit. Participants would don disguises, which were often made from old clothes or elaborate costumes, and visit homes within their neighborhoods to entertain residents with different performances. They included singing, dancing, and acting out humorous skits. The essence of mumming lay in its community spirit. It provided an opportunity for social interaction and celebration during the cold winter months when gatherings were less frequent. The performances were often lighthearted and comedic, allowing participants to engage in playful banter with their hosts while fostering camaraderie among neighbors. However, as urbanization increased and social norms shifted throughout the 20th century, mumming saw a sharp decline. As people's lifestyles changed, many shifted from interactive celebrations to more passive, entertainment-focused options. Add to that some tragic incidents and revenge violence by mummers, and the tradition completely went out of favor after the 80s. Today, remnants of mumming can still be found in certain cultural festivals and community events where traditional performances are still celebrated. Pomanders. Now, let's explore some food items that were part of mid-century Christmas traditions. First up, we have pomanders. Often associated with the holiday season, pomanders actually have a rich history dating back to medieval times. Originally, they were used as personal perfumes, much like modern-day bottled fragrances. However, instead of being sprayed, they were carried in small bags to mask unpleasant odors. The word pomander is derived from the French phrase meaning apple of amber, due to the luxurious materials used by the wealthy to create these aromatic spheres. In mid-century America, this tradition evolved into a popular Christmas craft. Families would make pomanders by studding oranges with cloves, creating decorations that both looked and smelled like the holidays. The revival of pomanders in the 1930s helped cement their place in American Christmas traditions. But as Christmas became more commercialized, homemade crafts were pushed to the background, like we saw earlier with homemade ornaments. This change also forced pomanders to decline in popularity as time went by. Gingerbread. Gingerbread has been a holiday favorite in America for decades, especially in the mid-20th century when decorating gingerbread houses became a popular Christmas tradition. The story of gingerbread actually goes way back to ancient times, but it was during medieval Europe that it started to get its festive vibe. By the time it made its way to America, gingerbread had become a much-loved treat, baked in all kinds of shapes like little men, women, and houses. For many families, baking gingerbread cookies and decorating them with icing and candy turned into a fun, creative holiday activity. Gingerbread houses, in particular, became a staple of Christmas decor, often serving as cheerful centerpieces for holiday gatherings. Beyond being delicious, these traditions brought families together and helped spread holiday cheer in the community. Even though store-bought gingerbread products are everywhere today, some like to still keep the tradition alive by making their own gingerbread creations every holiday season. It's a sweet way to celebrate togetherness and keep the festive spirit going. Eggnog. And finally, who can forget eggnog? It is one of those classic Christmas drinks that instantly brings back cozy holiday vibes. This rich and creamy treat, made with milk, cream, sugar, whipped eggs, and a dash of nutmeg, actually traces its roots back to medieval Europe. But it really took off in America during the colonial days, and by the 19th century, it was a must-have at Christmas parties and family gatherings. Making eggnog was often a family tradition, with everyone pitching in to mix the ingredients and share stories while getting ready for the holiday celebrations. People would often spike it with rum or bourbon for a little extra festive flair, making it a hit at parties. It wasn't just about the taste, it was about indulgence and enjoying something special during a time when luxuries like this were reserved for big occasions. Eggnog's popularity has gone up and down over the years. It is still popular among some people as a drink, but its place on the table as a holiday favorite is not the same anymore. Many of these traditions have faded over time, but enthusiasts still keep them alive and kicking in their niche circles. Whether it's making your own ornaments or sipping on homemade eggnog, someone out there is preserving these traditions. What about you? Are there any old-fashioned holiday traditions that you or your family still celebrate? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a festive update.